Hi, my name is Wayne Knapp and I'm the Safety Administration Officer for the Presbyterian Church of Queensland. This is a safety presentation for the St George Presbyterian Church. The complex comprises of a brick church, a timber hall and a colour-bond children's hall situated at the rear of the church. In this presentation I'll look at the location of the firefighting equipment, the use of the firefighting equipment, the escape routes, exits and assembly areas, and the evacuation procedure itself. In the church, there is a fire extinguisher located at the front door of the church, and there is also a fire blanket located behind the pulpit through the door to the left and on the wall as you go through the door. Moving over the rear of the church, there is a fire extinguisher located in the children's hall, which is coming into view now. This fire extinguisher is located through the door, which comes into the kitchen area, and the fire extinguisher is located on the wall beside the door and in between the roller door. In the hall, which we're looking at now, there is a fire extinguisher located in the kitchen. The kitchen is at the rear of the hall, and the fire extinguisher is located as you leave the hall and enter the kitchen. There is the fire extinguisher on the wall, and there is also a fire blanket on the wall as you exit the hall. Looking at how to use the fire extinguisher, all of the fire extinguishers are a powder extinguisher and are suitable for use on timber fires and most fires except fires caused by cooking oil and fat. To use the extinguisher, you take it from the wall and you remove this pin. You then take the nozzle and you aim it at the base of the fire. This is the nozzle here. And you then squeeze the trigger, which is this here. In a sweeping motion at the base of the fire, extinguish the fire. Moving on to the evacuation procedures. If you are situated in the kitchen of the hall, the evacuation is made by going down the rear stairs, turning left and walking in between the church and the children's hall onto Mari Street, and then turning right and proceeding down the road. If you're in the main area of the hall, you can exit by going out the two French doors at the hall. You have a choice of either going down the stairs or down the ramp. On reaching the footpath, turn right to Mari Street, walk across in front of the church, and then walk down Mari Street to the intersection of Rose Street. If you're in the church, if you're in the front of the church, where you're seated for morning worship, which is this area here, exit by going out through the front doors, turning right onto the footpath of Mari Street, and walking down the footpath to the next intersection. If you're in the children's hall, which is what we can see through there, exit by going out through the gates and again onto Mari Street and turning right to the next intersection. If you're in the rear of the church in the vestry area, or if you're in the main body of the church and for whatever reason you cannot exit via the foyer, you can exit via the two doors behind the pulpit, which you can see there. There's one to the right and one to the left. And I'm going through these doors, turn left into the driveway, then out onto the footpath and walk down to the intersection of Murray and Rose Street. Now I'm going to look at the evacuation procedures themselves and what to do in the event of a fire. Just move back into the church. If you're the first person to locate a fire, alert the group leader or activity leader immediately, and only if it is safe to do so, attempt to extinguish the fire. Remember to make sure that you have a clear exit before trying to do so. Meanwhile, other members of the group should prepare to evacuate. On hearing an evacuation instruction, immediately cease all activities, and only if it is safe to do so, switch off all appliances, equipment and machinery that you are using. Assist any person experiencing difficulty with the evacuation. Take a quick look to your left and to your right and see who is standing or sitting nearby, and walk quickly and calmly to the assembly area via the nearest exit. At the assembly area, form into groups to assist the leader to ensure everyone has been evacuated safely. Report to the leader if you cannot locate the person who was to your left or right before evacuating. Do not re-enter the building. Remain at the assembly area until otherwise instructed. If for any reason you need to leave before the all clear is given, please let the leader know that you are leaving. If you're an activity leader or worship leader or member of the committee of management or session, there are some other things you need to do, you need to be able to consider. If you are the evacuation coordinator or person leading the activity, these are some of the additional things that you need to consider. You need to investigate the fire situation, and if there is any doubt regarding whether there is a fire, call the fire service. Ensure the safe evacuation of all occupants from the building. Account for all occupants at the assembly area, and ensure people do not re-enter the building until it's safe to do so. Meet the fire service and advise them of any information relevant to the emergency. There are also a number of other tasks which need to be completed and shared between those attending to ensure a safe evacuation. Firstly, a person needs to be delegated to check the hall if the fire is in the church, to check the hall and the children's hall, as well as the toilets, and alert the Mance family that there is a fire. The toilets are located over at the rear of the complex, and the Mance is located to the right of the hall, which is just coming into view now. If for any reason you cannot enter a building or a room, alert the fire brigade of this on their arrival. It is recommended that these activities be allocated to the Committee of Management or the session, and that all of these members are aware of these roles and are able to carry them out in the event of evacuation. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. Thank you.